I'm going to present on the topic reverse transcription PCR or RT-PCR. So this is what RT-PCR looks like. Um, so what is RT-PCR? So reverse transcription PCR is a variation of PCR or polymerase chain reaction. This is a sensitive in vitro method which has a crucial role in medical science now. The application of RT-PCR is used to qualitatively detect gene expression through creation of cDNA or known as complementary DNA transcripts from RNA. It is sensitive enough to enable the detection and the quantification of RNA from even a single cell. So basically, it means that it detects RNA expression. Like the pandemic or the times we live in right now, this device is really important as COVID-19 virus only contains RNA. Real-time or conventional RT-PCR is used to detect it. Okay, so this image suggests everything like the diagnosis of COVID-19 infection is RT-PCR. Can be made within the process can be made within 8 to 10 hours and you get a process of high accuracy of results actually. If you do it, you can get the results within 24 hours or 8 to 10 hours actually. But nowadays said that you get the results within 24 hours. So what is the difference, basic difference between a normal PCR and a RT-PCR? Okay. So this image suggests the difference between RT-PCR and PCR. Both the techniques use the same process, except the RT-PCR has an added step of reverse transcription of RNA to DNA or RT to allow for amplification. This means that PCR is used which is used for pathogens such as viruses, bacteria that already has DNA for amplification, while RT-PCR is used for containing RNA that needs to be transcribed to DNA for amplification. So that's the main difference between RT-PCR and PCR. Now we're going to dive. Next, the topic is types of PCR. So based on the steps involved in the process, there are two types of PCR: one-step PCR and two-step PCR. So this process explain that, but we are going to explain it in the next slide. So what is one-step RT-PCR? So it is a RT-PCR that carried out in one step actually, in which all the reaction components like the transcriptase, polymerase, buffer agents are mixed in one tube prior to the initiation of the reaction. This PCR offers simplicity and convenience and minimizes the possibility for contamination, resulting in the complementary cDNA cannot be used for detecting the multiple images from a single RNA sample as in two-step RT-PCR. So we're going to discuss about two-step RT-PCR. So traditionally, RT-PCR involves two steps. One is RT reaction and PCR amplification, which can be of simple PCR or qPCR. Firstly, RNA is reverse transcribed into cDNA or complementary DNA using an enzyme reverse transcriptase. The resulting cDNA it is used as a template for subsequent PCR amplification using primers specific for one or more genes, which means that the application the PCR is done again, yeah, to enable the process. This is what two-step RT-PCR looks like. Now what is the quantification of RT-PCR? So there are two types. One is endpoint RT-PCR and real-time RT-PCR. RT-PCR detect gene expression levels using fluorescent dyes like ethylene bromide, phosphorus 32. The labeling of PCR products using phosphoramidite, it is commonly achieved by three different methods: relative, competitive, and comparative. Now, real-time PCR. Real-time PCR, the detection of PCR products in real time has subsequently led to widespread adoption of real-time RT-PCR for the analysis of gene expression. So there are four different DNA probes for the detection of PCR products. The main one is Cyber Green and Taqman molecular beacons, and scorpions. Now we're going to speak about the 5 steps how to efficient the PCR. Basically the endpoint RT-PCR. First, the DNA isolation, as it is one of the crucial first step in PCR, selecting the nucleic acid purification products that are optimized to provide maximum yield purity, like from a sample, is important for a researcher. So and the primer design. So there is a parameters for it. So length of 18 to 30 is optimal. That is the nucleotides number. And the melting temperature of the primer should be between like 65 degrees and 75 degrees within 5 degrees of each other. And the enzyme selection, like like the DNA polymerase, it's a essential component for PCR because it plays a key role in synthesizing new DNA strands. Because of sensitive and the specific nature of PCR, it is important to choose high quality enzymes and reagents to produce optimal results. Now the thermal cycling. So the PCR consists of a heating and a cooling cycle for DNA amplification. Therefore, the success or failure of a PCR may depend selecting the right thermal cycler, which automates the process, and the PCR plus, which holds the reaction. Nucleic acid electrophoresis is like the Ambicon analysis. Like the electrophoresis is a common technique in the PCR workflow to separate, identify, quantify, and purify ambicons. Choosing the right tools for the electrophoresis can significantly improve and accelerate the results, which are analyzed for the downstream processes. Now we're going to discuss about the big picture of RT-PCR. Like, what is the role of RT-PCR right now? It is important. Like I said in the beginning, it is important for the times that we live in right now. So, how does real-time RT-PCR work with coronavirus? And first, the sample is collected from a person who, like, a individual who is suspected for coronavirus. When you get the symptoms, you go for the swab test. So sample is collected either from the nose or the deep throat. So why it is done like that? Because the coronavirus gathers there. Then the collected sample is treated with several chemical solution to remove fats and proteins. This is done to collect only the RNA from the sample. The extracted RNA which we get has the person's own genetic material and, if present, coronavirus RNA. So the RNA is then reverse transcribed to DNA. It is a process similar to PCR. It is amplified, and this specific short DNA is added to the sample. So it attaches themselves to a unique targeted position if virus is present in the sample. Now the mixture is placed in an RT-PCR. As the new and the RT-PCR, the small process occurs teenage handling and extinction. As the new copies like keeps on coming, the marker labels release the fluorescent dye, a signal present in real time. So if the M1 goes over limit or on limit, the viral load is confirmed actually. It is said that like the fewer the cycle, the more severe the viral infection. So and you can see the benefits of RT-PCR. It is highly sensitive, like I said in the first. Specific, it's highly specific. It is fast, like you can get the results within 8 to 10 hours to 24 hours, and you have a lower potential for contamination. So that's it. Thank you for the time. Thanks for the presentation. Thank you.